Picture a stick figure who has studied English for years. It knows the grammar. It knows the words. On paper, its sentences are perfect. But the moment it has to speak out loud, something freezes. The words come out slow and flat, one at a time, like a robot reading a list. And in its head, a worried voice starts up. Why do I sound so stiff? Why don't I sound like them? It can feel so discouraging. To know so much and still feel so discouraging. To know so much and still feel like you are not getting through. If that has ever been you, I want you to hear something kind. You are not bad at English. You have simply never been shown the small, gentle moves that make speech sound natural. That is what we will do today. 7 little tips with real examples you can copy. Let's help you sound like yourself. Here's the first thing I want you to believe. Sounding natural is not about having a perfect accent. You do not need to sound American or British or like anyone but you. Your accent is welcome. What we are really after is something different. The rhythm and the music of English. Spoken English is not flat, it rises and falls. Some words are long and strong, and others are quick and soft. Words slide together, letters disappear. It has a beat, almost like a song. And here is the wonderful part. That music is made of patterns, and patterns can be learned. You only have to notice it, and practice it gently. So let go of the idea that you have to be flawless. We are not chasing perfect, we are chasing easy and clear. Let's begin. Tip 1. Stress the right syllable. In every longer English word, one syllable is the strong one. We say it a little louder, a little longer, a little higher, and the others get quieter. When you stress the wrong part, the word can sound strange, even if every sound is correct. Let me show you. The word banana is not ba-na-na, it's ba, na, na, na. The middle is strong. The word important is por, tant, and the word comfortable, we don't carefully say comfort, a bio. In natural speech, it's more like comp-turble. 3 beats, not 4. Hear how one part carries the word and the rest just leans on it. So when you learn a new word, don't only learn the sounds. Learn where the strong beat lands. That one strong beat is the heartbeat of the word. Here is your tiny practice for this week. Pick 3 words you use often. Maybe your job, your city, your favorite food. For each one, find the strong syllable, and gently tap it on the table as you say it. Tap a little harder on the strong beat. Ba, na, na. Par, tant. Saying it with your hand helps your mouth remember. You are teaching your body the rhythm, one small word at a time. Tip 2. Link your words together. Beginners often speak word by word, with a tiny stop after each one. I, like, it. But natural English flows. The end of one word reaches forward and grabs the start of the next. When a word ends in a consonant and the next begins with a vowel, they hold hands. Listen, we don't say an apple with a gap. We say an apple. We don't say pick it up. We don't say pick it up. We say pick it up. Turn off becomes turn off. This is why fast English can sound like one long ribbon. The words are all linked. When you stop putting a wall between every word, the linking happens almost on its own. So let the last sound of a word slide gently into the next, like one smooth stroke instead of many little dots. So this week, take one short phrase and practice it as a single smooth sound. A good one is, an apple a day. Don't say 4 separate words. Let them melt together. An apple day. Say it slowly at first, then a little faster, keeping it connected, like you're drawing one line without lifting your pen. Linking is a feeling more than a rule. The more you let the words touch, the more natural you'll sound. Tip 3. You don't have to pronounce every letter. This one surprises many learners. English spelling is full of letters that we simply do not say. If you try to pronounce all of them, your speech can sound careful and unnatural. So let me free you from a few. The word listen has a silent T. We say listen. The word comb has a silent B. We say comb. The word knife begins with a silent K. We say knife. The word knife begins with a silent K. We say knife. And the word often, for most people, drops the T, often. So when a word looks strange, ask a simple question. Which letters do we actually say? Often, it's fewer than you think. Try this gentle game. Take 5 words that you suspect have silent letters, and look up how they really sound. Then say each one out loud the natural way. Listen, listen, knife, 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 honest, with no H at the start. Notice how much lighter it feels when you stop forcing the silent letters. You're simply saying the word the way it is truly spoken. Tip 4. Speak in thought groups, not word by word. When we talk, we don't pour out one endless line of words. We speak in small, meaningful chunks, with tiny pauses between them. These chunks are called thought groups, and they are how the listener's brain catches your meaning. Listen to the difference. Word by word, it sounds like, when, I, got, home, I, made, some, tea. But in thought groups, it becomes, when I got home, I made some tea. Two natural little chunks, with one small breath between them. The pauses are not mistakes, they are gifts. They give the listener time to understand, and you time to think. So group your words into small ideas, and let yourself breathe between them. That breathing room makes speech sound calm. So, this week, take one sentence and draw little lines where the pauses go. Try, on Saturday morning, I like to walk in the park and watch the birds. 3 small chunks. Say it out loud, pausing gently at each line. Feel how it stops sounding rushed. You can do this with anything, a sentence from a book or a song lyric. Break it into thought groups and breathe. Tip 5. Use the rising and falling music of English. English is not spoken on one flat note. The pitch of your voice goes up and down, and that movement carries meaning. This rise and fall is called intonation, and it is a huge part of sounding natural. Here is a simple pattern to start with. In most normal statements, the voice falls at the end. I'm going to the store. Hear it. Settle down, like setting something gently on a table. But in yes or no questions, the voice tends to rise. Are you coming with me? It lifts up like a small, hopeful hand. When learners keep their voice flat, they can sound bored or unsure even when they're not. So let your voice move. Let it fall to sound calm and certain, and rise to sound curious and open. That gentle melody is the music we want. Here is a kind way to practice the music. Take one short question and one short answer, and exaggerate the melody. Almost too much. Are you okay? Let your voice rise high at the end. Yes, I'm fine. Let it fall softly down. It will feel a little dramatic, and that's good. Play with your pitch like it's a small song, and your speech will come alive. Tip 6. Relax into the natural reductions. In real, everyday speech, native speakers don't say every phrase in its full, careful form. They soften and shrink common words. These are called reductions, and using them gently will make you sound far more natural. Let me show you the friendly ones. Going to, when we talk about the future, usually becomes gonna. I'm gonna call you later. Want to becomes wanna. I wanna go home. Got to becomes gotta. I gotta leave soon. These are not slang or bad English. They are the comfortable shapes of relaxed speech. You don't have to force them, but when you allow them, your English stops sounding stiff and starts sounding warm and easy. So this week, pick just one reduction and let it into your speech. A gentle one to start with is gonna. Instead of saying, I am going to try, let yourself say, I'm gonna try. Say it out loud a few times until it feels comfortable, not careful. The goal is not to drop your grammar. The goal is to let your mouth relax. One small reduction, said with ease, can soften your whole sentence. Tip 7. Slow down to sound clear, not faster. Many learners believe that sounding natural means speaking quickly. So they rush, and the words tumble together, and it actually gets harder to understand. Here is the truth that will set you free. Fluent does not mean fast. The clearest, most confident speakers often speak slowly. They take their time. They let each thought group land. They are not afraid of a small pause. When you slow down, your stress and your linking have room to work. Your listener relaxes because they can follow you, and you relax because you are no longer racing. Speed is not the goal. Ease is the goal. A slow, clear sentence sounds far more natural than a fast, tangled one. So give yourself permission to take your time. Calm is its own kind of fluent. So tonight, try one slow sentence on purpose. Choose something simple, like, it was really nice to meet you. Say it slower than feels normal. Let the strong words ring. Let the small pauses breathe. Notice how clear and kind it sounds. You are slowing down because you are in control. That calm pace is a quiet kind of confidence. So let's gather our 7 simple tips for sounding more natural. Stress the right syllable, the strong heartbeat of each word. Link your words together so they flow instead of stopping. Don't pronounce every letter, let the silent ones rest. Speak in thought groups with small pauses to breathe. Use the rising and falling music of English so your voice never goes flat. Relax into the natural reductions like gonna and wanna, and slow down to sound clearer, not faster. That is the whole secret. Not a perfect accent, just rhythm and music and ease. And here's my last word to you. You do not have to sound like anyone else. You only have to let your English breathe and flow and move. Every speaker you admire started out stiff and unsure, just like you. They simply kept practicing, gently, one small tip at a time. So this week, pick one tip and play with it out loud. Be patient with your mouth. It is learning a new music. Thank you for spending this quiet time with me. Now go speak slowly and take care.